Hall 8s having a chance to make both of their attacks count.
Yep. Keep in mind with the layups, these have been prepared in advance by the teams. There's a 20-minute preparation time that you guys really won't see. But again, they'll be able to check out their bases. And finally, if you guys didn't see, the heroes and the troops will be instantaneous. So your troops will queue up, your spells will queue up instantaneous, and then the heroes will always have full health.
So yes, these rounds a little bit different than anything we've seen before. Unless you saw that first war, we've got 8 rounds, and each of the first 4 rounds will be started with 5 simultaneous attacks coming from one clan only. So we'll probably see, I'm not sure which clan will be attacking in that first round, but we'll just see 5 attacks from one clan.
Yep, so 5 attacks for each clan through the first 4 rounds. And then moving on rounds 5 to 8, like you guys saw earlier, rounds 5 to 7, it's going to be 3 players from each clan attacking back and forth at the same time. And then coming to round number 8, you guys saw in the previous war, it came down to the wire as the leaders were able to attack, and it only takes a little bit extra from your team to be able to get that victory. And in this case, it was just 10 additional percentage points from Yongsan's attack.
Yep, and that made all the difference. It pulled them out into the lead, and that was what decided it. They pulled out in the top of the 9th. In the bottom of the 9th, Sweden could not come back, score that crucial percentage point, and so Sweden eliminated. We've got a Korean clan going to the finals, and now the battle for the other semifinal spot as we take a look at the brackets.
Yep, so Sweden was defeated by Union in that first semifinal. Right now, we're going to have 6 stars going against Glory China, so we're going to have to decide whether it's going to be an all-Korean final or a Chinese versus Korean battle.
Yep, and I have to say, the most serious, most prepared, focused clan that we saw this week was probably Glory China.
Yeah, Glory China was looking very scary. Rumors of them being the favorites for this event, so we're going to have to see what happens with that. But it looks like we're going to show you guys the next.
And we're going to take a look at where we're headed for the first 5 attacks.
All right, let's go ahead and check out who they're going to be attacking from 6 stars, as they will be attacking Glory China with their first 5 attacks. First of all, we have Boss taking on Elephant on a 1v1 matchup. Darkware and MK are going to be swapping who they attack, followed up by Inho and AI, who are going to wrap it up for the first 5 attacks.
Yep, and if that first war is any indicator, we should expect to see all the 8s and 9s 3-starred, and that bottom level Town Hall 10 could be a deciding base. If somebody can grab a 3-star on it, it would be amazing if Darkware dropping down on Leslie here could grab that early 3-star. That would be a dramatic start to this war.
I actually like that a lot, bringing the number 2 player to attack the number 3 player, using those higher level heroes against that base, and leaving the 3rd player to attack the number 2 player, where you're really only looking for 2 stars. So I think that's a pretty smart adaptation by 6 stars. We're going to have to see what Glory China does there in their attacks. For the first time, we've actually seen the clan go in order with their first top 5 players bringing on the first 5 attacks.
That's true. We saw more of a mix before. It's going to be interesting. We are going to be watching Boss attack Elephant, and again, if he can 2-star this maxed out base, that will also free him up, hopefully maybe to try a 3-star on number 3, as number 3 is going against number 2. It gets a little bit complicated, but later on we will make it abundantly clear, and it'll come down to those final attacks, trying to maybe grab a 3rd star on a Town Hall 10.
Yeah, that just shows you how complex these wars can get. For example, that last war, so many complications, whether it came to stars or tiebreaker percentage. By the end, it was a clear picture, and I'm sure we're going to see the same thing here. But we're getting ready to go in this round right now, and I'm excited to see what these clans can do.
Yep, we're going to watch Boss go against Elephant, and it looks like I saw a pretty standard Go Wipe army. I think that was a 6th golem in the clan castle, so a mass golem attack with 6 golems moving in on this base.
Yeah, I have to say that this army composition right here is probably the most popular go for the guaranteed 2-star army composition you can use. I don't want to say guaranteed because nothing's ever guaranteed, but if you're trying to go for a safe 2 stars, 6 golems, a single P.E.K.K.A., and then a ton of wizards and whatever troops that you need.
Yep, the 2 jump spells on the outside taking out those walls out of the picture. You can see the 3rd jump spell in the bottom corner. So hoping for pathing in towards the center. And again, obviously trying just for 2 stars with this attack.
All right, looks like the golems have made their way to the center. Niall probably would have liked to see that on his last attack. I hope he's not listening to this. Niall, I love you. But of course, golems have made their way to the center. But can the queen turn around and start doing some damage to those buildings?
Yeah, multi-target Inferno, so that's probably why we didn't see. Oh, great freeze spell, freezing 4 defenses at once, 2 expos. And we've got a P.E.K.K.A. working on the Town Hall. It's going to be a close call. And the P.E.K.K.A. falls before the Town Hall does.
Yeah, and the queen's actually been attacking that Lava Hound and the Lava Pups during this entire raid, and look how far away she is from that Town Hall. She might not have the range to shoot over and get to it. Let's see what happens.
Can she grab it from the corner? Looks like she is after the air sweeper first, and no, she's wandering around the side. That critical fourth space making all the difference. She's not going after the Town Hall.
Wow, a really, really nice defense right there from Elephant. You can hear the people scream inside of the crowd because of how the base is set up. The Queen doesn't have the range to shoot over the top and get the Town Hall, and since the jump spell wasn't utilized by the Queen, I do have to say it wasn't in a great position. Even though it got the golems over the top, no damage was in the center besides that P.E.K.K.A.
The last-minute poison spell, poisoning that Town Hall, but that's not going to do it, and not doing any damage to the Town Hall. Maybe a bitter drop of that poison spell. So close, 61% damage, but again, we've talked about that fundamental base design, that extra fourth space right there saved a star.
Yeah, two things I want to notice. Number one, as far as the poison spell mechanics go, always drop it on the country flag if you want to start a riot. He was very diplomatic putting it on the Town Hall. Number two, this really makes it tough for 6 stars because they have to use one of their number 2 or 3 players, and they don't have maxed out heroes. That really shakes it up. If you can't get that star against the first player, wow. Or the 2-star against the first player, wow, that sets you back a lot.
Yeah, I think they were absolutely counting on that to happen. Now, we're going to watch some of the stars rolling in as 3 of the attacks are still underway. We can see that we've got 6 stars for 6 stars with 2 completed attacks. And so we'll just take a minute as we watch the rest of these attacks wrap up on the scoreboard. The fans very interested to see what happens. And we may take a look at a replay momentarily. It really depends upon what happens with these last attacks.
All right, looks like the replay is about to start right now. A couple of Barbarians on the outside actually were able to snipe out that giant bomb. Very well played right there. And yeah, we're going to show that replay later, but taking a look at the scoreboard right now, getting a little bit ahead of myself with these raids. Just so excited from that last war.
Yep.
It's currently 7-0 on the active war map and 5-0 on the scoreboard right there.
Yep, so we have a little bit of an advantage to be able to see the battlefield map, and so we can see those attacks as they come in live. The scoreboard down below the player's booth is just a few seconds behind, but it's tallying up, and you can see the Chinese fans excited as always.
Yeah, they've got a great reason to be excited because already 3 of the 4 attacks have been 1-star attacks, which is absolutely disastrous for 6 stars. If they want to meet their other country clan inside of the finals, they are definitely needing to shore stuff up inside of round 4.
Again, it could be some intimidation factor here as the Koreans facing who was probably favorited as they came in, the Chinese clan.
Yeah.
Well focused and super serious this whole week.
Yeah, that was a bloodbath. That were really well crafted defense right there, using that radius of the Town Hall's walls around it to make sure the Queen can't shoot over the top. Personally, I use that for my base as well. It seems to troll people a lot. I do need to redesign with those extra 25 walls, though.
Yep. It makes a big difference. Those walls could slow down a lot of these 3-star attacks, preventing them with anti-3-star bases. But again, that 4th space made all the difference. And we saw some other fails as well. 5 attacks, 7 stars for 6 stars. That is really going to put them at a severe disadvantage going into Glory China's first round.
Yeah, nothing's as big of a failure, though, as this shirt right now. I cannot get over how tight it is.
Can you even breathe?
Barely.
Yeah,
during that last war, I could barely breathe. I can't stop looking at that monitor. But anyways, again, round number 1 has wrapped up finally with the 5 attacks only yielding 7 stars for 6 stars.
Yep, so they're up against it right now. Glory China getting ready. Again, it's going to be 2 minutes of preparation between the rounds. And as we take a look at the map, you can see there's Elephant's base, only 1-starred, 2 stars on the number 2 base, and only 1 star on the other Town Hall 10.
This is really bad. Having 2 1-stars on top of those Town Hall 10s means that 6 stars Town Hall 10s are going to have to focus on that top part of the map during this entire war. So if the Town Hall 9s and the Town Hall 8s aren't able to clean up on the other side, it's not going to work out. But look at that. Both the Town Hall 9s were 2-starred and 1-starred respectively. That's really bad.
Yeah, that's tough. And a lot of the times you have to look ahead towards possible percentages of damage as well. But right now, we're going to look at Darkware's attack from 6 stars, going after the number 3, the lowest level Town Hall 10.
Yeah, so with this base and this attack, we were actually expecting him to go for 3 stars, and it looks like he did bring some Hog Riders to go for that. But when you do go for 3 stars, sometimes that leaves yourself susceptible to not getting 2 stars, and it looks like that might have been what happened with this base.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about this repeatedly, the idea that probably it's safer, and even in clan wars that you guys might have been in, for these Town Hall 10s, I usually suggest trying for a solid 2 stars first, because it's risky to try to venture out for a 3-star right away. Obviously, Darkware felt confident, and maybe things obviously not working out quite as well as he had hoped.
Yeah, so far in this attack, though, started off pretty well. Really nice placement of those giants to protect that Archer Queen. She's going to make her way around this base, starting to drop these golems now. But again, we're going to have to see what happens as the Queen has been targeted by that Expo. That golem was a little bit late.
Yep, and she had to use the Royal Cloak, and that's costly to have to deploy it that early. She continues around at only 11 Hog Riders, and you've got still the Clan Castle and a Golem yet to be deployed.
Yeah, that's really bad. That was the first mistake of the raid, not having that Golem tank for that Queen. That ability is so precious, especially when you get to that Town Hall. And dropping this rage spell right now, it's only the Golems being soaked up inside of it. The Wizards are going to make it there in the second. The King got there right now, but this is going to be tough.
No, that is tough, and the poison spell trying to help things out, but that Lava Hound there, and here come the Hogs from the left-hand side, trying to use the fact that the other defenses are going to be tanked, but there's a giant bomb on some of the Hogs.
All right, looks like the giant bomb just took a chunk out of those Hogs. Hasn't dropped the heal spell yet. Those guys actually just went down, and the Queen also went down a little bit earlier in the raid, so right now, things are looking pretty disastrous.
Yeah, Lava Pups doing work on the inside of this base. The King helpless against them. They're going to gang up on him and completely bang him down into nothingness.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing that can target these Lava Pups right now. The Hog Riders, the King, they're absolutely being destroyed by those guys. Does have an Archer and a Goblin left, but of course, those aren't going to make a difference, and at 54%, wasn't able to get that Town Hall. It doesn't look like he's going to get that second star.
No, I don't think so. You can see some damage happening to the Town Hall, but not enough as those Lava Pups again moving in, wiping out all the smaller units. A hopeful heal spell there, healing, well, not really anything.
Yeah, that's brutal. Really tough attacks for your first two players inside of your clan to fail their attacks, more or less fail their attacks by getting 1 stars. 1 stars on the first base, and of course 1 stars as you can see. 1 star as you can see inside of this raid. Tough stuff for Darkware and 6 stars. This is going to be really bad, especially if Glory China goes crazy on them in these other rounds.
Exactly. So we'll take a look at some of the players' reactions as maybe not the happiest about the outcome. Glory China obviously feeling confident, getting ready for their first attack. But remember, it's the first time for any of these players facing this type of situation. It's unique to Clash. It's unique to these players as well.
Yeah, I have to feel like if I was China, I have a really good advantage going into this next round. Of course, during round 2, China will be using 5 of their attacks. You have to feel that they can take advantage of this. If they can really put their foot down and stomp and maybe get 10 to 12 stars, that's going to put 6 stars, the second-ranked Korean clan, in a really tough spot.
Absolutely, and China is going to get the next 2 rounds on their side. So 5 attacks from China in round 2, and then 5 more attacks from China in round 3. The star advantage, it's psychological at that point because obviously the Korean clan will not have used as many attacks. But we're going to take a look right now, and we see some of the top players laning 1 and 2. And down at the bottom, we've got a 9 going after an 8 to start things off.
I really love seeing the 9 versus the 8 in the beginning because if you can knock them out, I feel like one of the best advantages, or I guess one of the best strategies of this format is to go bottom up and really take out these Town Hall 8s, then the Town Hall 9s, and then you know what you have left for your final attacks, and you can use those then. So we'll have to see how it works out. I like that. They're also making a statement on the top of the map by trying to take out those top players. Right. Imagine if you are the #1 player for 6 stars, you failed, and then Glory China comes and destroys your base.
Right, that's going to be a huge turning point in this war.
I'm tilting just saying that.
It's going to be tough to watch either way. I know that the defenders over there on the Korean side are definitely clenching their teeth, maybe their fists. And yes, so Elephant going after Boss, and we've got Leslie going up against Darkware and Tiger attacking.
All right, so obviously the first 2 bases that are being attacked are going for 2 stars, just trying to get those guys out of the way. Tiger going for Inho. You would try to go for 3 stars against the highest level Town Hall 9. And of course, against the Town Hall 8s, you cannot afford to get a 2 star, and it looks like those are going to be 3 stars. And if they can take those out, my God, you would have to be so demoralized on 6 star side. They have so many fans here.
Yep, for sure. And we've got Leslie preparing to attack up to Darkware, and that may indeed be the battle we're going to watch as it's just about to get underway. And we will have a look at it looks like maybe the 6 stars defending.
All right, yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. We're going to switch to those in just a moment, but as far as strategy goes, again, getting 10 stars I feel like would be the bar. If you got 9 or less, you're really opening the door for 6 stars to try to come back into the war. It's really hard to say stars and then say 6 stars their clan name. Again, you guys are getting confused. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop into round number 2 between 6 stars and Glory China. Glory China in a fantastic position to take advantage of the mistakes that Korea made during the first round.
Yep, and it looks like we are going to be watching Leslie, the number 3 from 6 stars, or from Glory China rather, going after IA from 6 stars. The battle's getting underway. There are the players focused in on those iPads, their very first attacks ever in this format.
All right, well, Leslie just had an awesome defense, holding Darkware to 1 star. Let's see if he can return the favor and go for 2 stars, or 3 stars against this base, sorry, because he is attacking a Town Hall 9.
Yep, and that's definitely what we would expect to see. Leslie hoping for 3 stars against this base. Big level 30 heroes, and the attack moving in. It looks like we've got Go Laloon.
All right, well, I would have to question the strategy of using your Town Hall 9 or on a Town Hall 9 so early. That could come to bite them later. Let's say there's only Town Hall 10s left, and your Town Hall 9s are sort of useless because all the bases have already been 3-starred. These guys know what they're doing, though. They are Clan War pros. Let's see what happens as his king and queen are working on the rest of the base.
What I like to see here is the fact that we are seeing an advanced 3-star strategy being used at what is pretty much an overpowering matchup, 10 versus 9. We saw a Town Hall 10 fail to 3-star a Town Hall 9 in the first war, so obviously here, Leslie not taking any chances, using Go Laloon, even though it's just a Town Hall 9.
Yeah, very fortunate that that cannon didn't attack the Archer Queen, and instead the cannon went for one of the Golems or the Golemites, but it looks like he's starting the attack from the top left and starting to drop those Lava Hounds and Balloons.
And things haven't gone completely smoothly, as we still have 3 air defenses and the defending Archer Queen up to try to stop these guys as they move in. And there is, you can see the battle set to the Chinese language, warning something about dropping troops within the red area.
All right, looks like the Queen was able to shoot down that first air defense. The rest of the troops are making their way throughout the base, as well as these balloons are going down to take out this air defense.
Yep.
Pups are going to scatter around, but so far, even though it wasn't a perfect raid, he's looking pretty good to try to get 3 stars against this base.
Yeah, plenty of units remaining, even a rage spell left. And once again, all of the air defenses have fallen. You still see a Lava Hound up. That's almost a sure sign of a 3-star. I hear the Royal Cloak already activated, 70% damage, and here comes the Town Hall.
All right, looks like the Queen is the only defense left for 6 stars in this raid, but it looks like she's about to get dropped on with those balloons. Good night to the Queen. 3 stars if Leslie doesn't run out of time.
Yep, those balloons drop those bombs right on her face. She's out of the way, 95% with plenty of time left. And this should absolutely wrap up a 3-star attack with a Hound, a couple minions up there. And here they come, closing in on the last structures.
All right, Minion took out that army camp. Lava Pup's been working on that spell factory. Galadon, we do have a 3-star raids, as Leslie has absolutely turned this war around with first a great defense and second of all a 3-star against IA.
Absolutely incredible 3-star, a 10 going against a 9.
Oh my God.
I can't believe it. Okay, so we didn't fully expect that, but check out the star score from Glory China's first 5 attacks.
Wow,
That's
it is
awful. This is just amazing. It's great to see this type of performance in this type of war setup. Such a little short amount of time for them to prepare. They only have 20 minutes in the preparation phase, and so they don't have any time to confer that much with their fellow clan members.
All right, taking a look at this war map right here, you can see the #1 player has been 2-starred, and like we said, both of the Town Hall 8s and both of the top 2 Town Hall 9s have been 3-starred. Trust me, we aren't lying. They destroyed all of those bases.
Yeah, that was total devastation, total damage, lots of 3-star wins. And so again, like we talked about the format, we're going to see 5 more attacks from Glory China right now. So closing out the 3rd round in this first 5-attack format, Glory China will have 10 attacks completed. And again, based upon what we've seen so far, I expect to see a bunch more 3-star wins going up on the board.
Yeah, Glory China looks really impressive. We can now see why they were rumored to be the favorites for this tournament. At 46.6% total destruction, 50% would have been perfect after those first 5 attacks. They are decimating these bases.
They really are. And yeah, it's, again, an ideal outcome to the first attack. You're going to free up that other top Town Hall 10 to move down and try to 3-star maybe the #3 base and just put them impossibly in the lead.
Yeah, that's crazy. And taking a look at actually the total destruction, I can actually do the math in my head and say that they got 66% on their raid against the #1 players, seeing as all the other ones would have gathered 10% each. You know what, no longer Molt Math, call it Pat Math, because I'm the tie-break math master.
All right, so there is the math professor, Chief Pat, and we're going to take a look at some of the other bases. The war preparation time has run out. It's 2 minutes between each round, so we should see this next round start momentarily.
Yep, rounds 3 and 4 again will be the 5-attack format. So for this one, Glory China is going to start it off, followed by 6 stars, and of course they're going to have a huge deficit. I wouldn't expect them to tie it up after those next couple of attacks. If they can just get within a couple of stars after this beatdown, they're more than likely to receive in round #3. That'll keep them in it for this war.
Yep, again, the format will change in the next 4 rounds. We'll see 3 attackers from each side attacking simultaneously.
Nada's going to be having a mirror matchup against Darkware, and then a bunch of other attacks across the board.
Yep, Tong, the Town Hall 8, going all the way up against that third Town Hall 10. And we've got a couple of 9s moving in against the other 9s. And it looks like it might be Nada's attack that we'll be watching, the number 2 level 35 hero Town Hall 10.
Yeah, and when you look at Tong attacking that lower level Town Hall 10, for any of you guys who might be confused why you would do that, you're doing that attack to make sure you can check out for the bombs, the traps, the clan castle troops. Honestly, a luxury just for how awesome they did during their first round.
Yep, and that's always key in any clan war, using that knowledge from a first attack. Even if it's not obviously an attack for stars, it's a probing attack. And that's where we see a lot of times in Clash where a player will come in and automatically knows where all the traps, bombs, and Teslas are. These guys, though, only have 2 minutes to try to review that, quickly looking at it, watching the attack, if possible, live, and then adjusting their attack on that MK's base in the future rounds.
Yeah, or they could save the MK raid for maybe like round number 7 or something like that, and then have a little bit more time to prepare for it. We're going to have to see what strategy they use with it. Honestly, these guys have played it extremely well so far, and in just a moment, we're going to be getting into round number 3 between the number 2 ranked Korean clan 6 stars, and of course, the almighty dominating Glory China. We might as well. These guys are awesome.
So far, we've seen impressive attacks from them. Again, 14 stars and just 5 attacks. So Glory China will be conducting 5 more attacks, and then in the 4th round, to repeat, we'll be watching the Korean clan try to come back.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what happens with this one. A perfect round for these guys right now would end at about 25 stars, seeing as the number 3 base is being attacked by a Town Hall 8. We expect that one to get 0 stars,
right?
But 25 stars would be perfect unless somehow that Town Hall 8 was able to get maybe 1 or 2 stars.
Exactly. So here comes the live replay. We're going to watch number 2 Nada against number 2 Darkware. And we've got mass witches. This base maybe not that conducive to mass witches with so many enclosures.
Wow, he's bringing out mass witches and hog riders, which generally means he's going to be going for 3 stars. I can't see just yet how many free spells he has, but that's going to be important because 2 multi-targeted Inferno towers mean that those skeletons are going to die very fast.
Yeah, they will devastate those witches. There comes a golem out of the clan castle on the left-hand side. So there we go. It looked like just 1 free spell maybe, and a heal and 3 jumps.
Okay, well, it depends where you drop your troops. If you can make it so only 1 multi-targeted Inferno Tower is targeting your witches skeletons at once, you can make this work out, and actually having that extra jump spell will let you get over the core and be able to try for 3 stars in this base. The reason I know why is because during Tokyo Game Show, I forgot the jump spell that screwed me over.
That's right, and that is critical to jump in, jump out. There goes the free spell on the multi-target Inferno and the Expo. The Hog Riders starting to move in, using the Hogs as the other defenses are distracted to try to take out some of that splash damage.
All right, looks like some carnage is happening in the center of the base right now. None of the witches have gone down just yet, but they're getting close to the wall. They could be getting baited in by that Barbarian King.
Yep, Town Hall just about to fall to that skeleton army. I heard the Queen's ability activated as well. King's ability has been activated. Town Hall down for the first star, but only 41% damage.
Oh my god, the Inferno Tower got hold of the witches, but it went down before they died. But still, too many defenses in the center of this base. This one is only going to be good for 2 stars, unless somehow he's able to hold out towards the very end.
Yeah, I would have been really shocked to see a 3-star with that many witches against a pair of multi-target Infernos, but Nada grabs the 2nd star. So now it's just going to be a matter of percentage points, because number 2 Town Hall 10 will be difficult to 3-star, so most likely the highest percentage of damage on this base will be counted if there is a tie.
Yeah, that's an interesting strategy to use if you're going for percentage. Generally, with witches and hogs, you're trying to 3-star, so maybe even fortunate to get to the Town Hall with the raid not working out exactly as planned, but still at 60%, a solid raid, but we've definitely seen raids go into the 80%, and those are the ones that will tip the tiebreaker in your favor.
Exactly. It's going to come down to those, and we'll have to see the wall breakers, who was holding onto those wall breakers for last, a couple of minions doing work on a few more structures. Looks like we're going to see around 66% or so. Last minions fall, wall breakers remain, and what's going to happen? Thought I can use those wall breakers?
65%. The caster curse is real, Galadon. I feel like 1% off on most of the things.
66?
Yeah.
Again. Well, here come the wall breakers. They'll blow up and splash damage that builder set.
Or maybe he's just hanging out. Look at his face right now. He's just staring at this iPad. He's trying to stare the buildings to death, but he's just looking at it and thinking.
I wonder if he's going to drop them at all. Time's just about to run out. Is this some sort of super secret strategy? He's got him ready to go. Here they come. And that's probably not going to do anything.
All right.
Time runs out. Save the wall breakers or Town Hall 10. So there's the map right there. And again, you can see all those 3 stars on the higher level Town Hall 9s. But bases 6 and 7 got some cleanup to do.
Yeah, still have to attack number 6 and 7 to get those 3 stars. Also on MK, of course, you see 0 stars, but that's because they were probing the base with the Town Hall 8. Yep. And if we scroll down a bit, you will see that base number 8 only has a single star. So that means they're going to have to dip down and attack during round number 5 and try to clean up these bases.
Yep, and you've got the 2 Town Hall 8s cleaned up already, but yes, base 7 and 8, you definitely would have hoped for a better result on those first attacks. So again, 6 stars, going to be excited about their chances at this point. After that first round, it looked really bad. It looked like Glory China was just going to stomp everything. And this second round, I'm thinking maybe Glory China, much like a batting order, maybe had their top 5 attackers go first and grab that early lead.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Get those guys out there and try to intimidate 6 stars. But unfortunately, with that last round of attacks, 6 stars definitely has to think that they have a chance. I know if they get a perfect round this time, take out a bunch of the Town Hall 9s and a Town Hall 8, they could actually tie up this war. Just like Glory China did those amazing raids, 6 stars definitely has it in them.
I agree. I mean, these are proficient attackers. These are guys that knew this was coming. They worked hard to qualify by trophies, but that doesn't mean these are just trophy-pushing players. These guys obviously war experts, have had a long time to prepare, fought hard to get here, and they obviously want to represent their clan and their country in an all-Korean final.
Yeah, most definitely. We're going to go ahead and get ready to get into round number 4, see what these players are deciding to attack with. All of the Korean fans getting a little bit more life into them after that last round and a couple of defenses. And looking at round number 4, it's a straight lane/mirror matchup.
Yeah, this will be great to see. Vijay Sang going against Ranger, and as it goes on down the line, the 8s versus the other 8s. And it'll be critical. I mean, we could see ideally a ton of 3-star attacks, and we could have 6 stars close the gap on Glory China.
You know, it's pretty interesting. Didn't 6 stars attack with their first 5 players in a mirror matchup as well?
Well, they must have, I guess.
I think so. Well, they didn't like switch anything up with the matchups.
Right.
I feel like their first 5, they had number 1 versus number 1, number 2 versus number 2.
Only a 3-star battle will count when it comes down to the final tally.
Yeah, you don't want to have to drag your Town Hall 10s down into the depths of Town Hall 9s and Town Hall 8s. You want to make sure that they can use their attacks, especially because when you look at 6 stars, they failed against two of the top 3 bases with only a single star.
Yep, and we're going to watch Vijay Sang going against Ranger, and Go Laloon, I believe, is the strategy of choice as the attack is just about to get underway. Looks like the referee's making sure that he's got everything and gets in there.
That guy was gem crazy right there. Looks like he was finishing up that final dark spell with the referee helping him out. Most of the other attacks are underway right now, and with our 6th player, let's go ahead and get into battle.
Yep, so there is an anti-3-star layout as best can be done. But again, these anti-3-stars are not as effective, the bases anyway, against Town Hall 8 and 9. Much easier to get a 3-star with a proficient attack. Yeah,
looking at that Town Hall, it's almost as far outside as it can be without it being outside of the base. It is literally being hugged by 3 sides of walls. Anyways, raid starting off right now, taking out this queen, and the Lava Hound's going to come out and deal those witches and the queen a lot of problems.
Yep, and so they're moving in the jump spell, opening the enclosure where that first expo is, but look how far away the defending Archer Queen is. She's way up towards the top of this base and has not gotten involved in this battle yet at all.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting not to go after that Archer Queen. You'd more or less want to go over her instead of the King. I guess he saw something from this side of the base, but honestly, probably would have gone for that for that Queen.
Yep, double giant bombs on the inside, wiped out a few more troops. The King just about to fall. 3 hate spells and a rage spell left. The Queen's ability still in pocket, but she's wandering around the outside, and that is probably not what this attacker was hoping for.
Well, he did get an air defense, and he did get one of the air sweepers, which is really good, as well as the second air sweeper went down to Golems and Barbarians, I believe. Yep. That's a huge turnaround. It wasn't looking good.
Yeah, that is definitely a momentum changer right here. And notice the Archer Queen is still alive. Oh, she's just about to go down. That's unfortunate. He would have liked to have seen her last longer.
Yeah, that lava pup, or those lava pups are going to tear those balloons apart right there, as well as the Seeking Air Mine. The Queen wasn't able to take those balloons out, and that means those pups are going to wreak havoc on the left side of the base.
Yep, and once again, we've got an attacking Lava Hound remaining with no air defenses. 52% damage, but it's much more than it appears, as the balloons are just about to finish off the last defenses.
Wow, those lava pups are the real MVP of this raid. I can count over 6 or 7 balloons that those pups have taken out by themselves. Look at them run across the base and attack. Those guys are crazy. They have absolutely no fear when it comes to taking out some of these attacking troops.
That's true, and there's nothing to stop them right now. The Lava Hound is obviously helpless against them. The balloons aren't going to target him. The only thing that could are the lava pups way on the other side of the base.
But the Lava Hound just exploded.
There
That's
it is.
actually pretty fortunate because of the fact that those pups took out that Lava Hound. That means he's going to have more troops to try to clean up the rest of this base. That could end up working against him, but still only 40 seconds left in this raid.
Yeah, that could be a raid saver. The actual fact that that hound went down and those pups turned around, finished off the clan castle pups, but there, Pat's pointing out the barracks way down on the left corner of this base, and I'm going to have to go ahead and call it. There's no chance at 3 stars. There's just too many structures left as we get down. 20 seconds left.
Oh my God, those lava pups almost redirected after that barracks went down. It was literally half a second away from going down, but because of that, they're going to have to sprint across this base if they want a chance, but 7 seconds left. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get that 3rd star, and the Chinese fans are waving their flags around the arena.
98% is the magic number, as 6 stars can't quite grab that 3rd star. And it seemed like a great raid, but that actually is a great outcome for the Chinese clan.
Wow, and wrapping it up inside of round number 4, 6 stars is sitting at 15 stars. 5 back of Glory China. They really could have used some of those 3 stars, and looking down the line, I don't see a single 3-star base.
No, they did better in the second round than the first. First round grabbing them 7 stars, the second round 8, but a 5-star advantage for Glory China is a big lead going into the second wave.
We're going to go ahead and hop to the war map to show you guys exactly what happened. So looking at 6 stars as they've attacked Glory China's map. No 3 stars on the bottom 5 bases, and you can guess what happened on the top 5.
Yeah, that is absolutely just heartbreaking to see. You always want those 3-star attacks on the 8s, and especially the lower level Town Hall 9s. And so 6 stars down by 5 stars. And once again, the name just confusing me, all these stars.
Yeah, that's a lot of stars. Definitely not the most convenient clan name, especially because some of their players are actually having their clan name inside of their clan. Really strange. But anyways, that's pretty much the look at the war map. The top 5 bases happen to be 3 stars as well. Let's check out China's video.
As well as, again, those Town Hall 8s, obviously really hoping that nobody else is going to have to come up and clean up those attacks.
Yep, we're going to have to see what happens. Kenneth having a little bit of a troll attack against MK. See what's inside of that clan castle. Even though they've already attacked that once to check out what's inside of it, we'll have to see what happens with that. Maybe they're just making a statement and, yeah, not really caring, because obviously only 3 more bases to 3-star in the center.
Right, and that Town Hall 8 can't expect that that attack is going to count facing any of those Town Hall 9s, and especially not the 10s. But so here we go, round 5, 6 stars versus Glory China. 6 attacks happening simultaneously.
All right, well, hopefully 6 stars can bring out some 3 stars, because right now they are going to need it. In fact, 6 stars need 6 stars to take a 1-star lead. How does that sound?
Well, 6 stars down by 5 stars with 15 stars, with the other clan having 20 stars.
My head's
An
exploding.
ideal attack with 3 attacks could be 9 stars, but that depends upon how many stars have already been taken in the previous rounds.
Well, you really took that to the next level.
All right, let's move on and watch PED attacking Sonya number 7. And so there is the army composition. We're seeing a Goho attack.
All right, let's see what happens with that. I actually think this could be a pretty solid attack. 2 golems, one of them being inside of the clan castle. Love to see the Hog Riders. You just have to worry about those giant bombs.
Yep, it won't be as much of a problem having these lower level 15 heroes facing the level 20 heroes on defense with 22 Hog Riders. The beginning of this attack obviously trying to clear out that Archer Queen.
Yeah, every raid is crucial from now on for 6 stars. If they mess up anywhere, that could be the end of their trip, as Glory China has looked pretty good so far. But take a look at that P.E.K.K.A. coming out of the clan castle.
That is surprising. A P.E.K.K.A. emerging from the clan castle, going to work on the Barbarian
Oh
King.
my God, he just
took
slapped
him out, just absolutely demolished the King.
He
Even
one-shot
with
him.
the ability, he got just slammed into nothingness.
He literally got one shot to like 1 HP and died a second after.
Yeah.
That P.E.K.K.A. has a vengeance right now. That was the most brutal P.E.K.K.A. I've ever seen.
She's got something against Kings. Here come the Hogs, and we've got a relatively surgical deployment. Saw a couple of Giants go down early to try to distract those defenses. I like that strategy. Moving in on the gap there, there's a single Giant bomb, not a double. Oh, the double activated. Looks like it didn't take the Hogs out. They weren't close enough together to do it.
Yeah, really nice job layering those heal spells, actually letting those Hogs survive. That was
Another
questionable.
double.
2 more come out. They're going to get slapped down. Oh my God, he got trolled. I was wondering where those giant bombs were.
Yep, that was tough, and that took out all but just a few of the Hog Riders. And now they're going to get chased down by the Skeleton Larrys and, of course, the Barbarian King.
Oh.
And that was a majority of the remaining Hogs.
Oh my God, those Hogs turned into bacon in about half a second. Pretty crazy attack. Ended up at 66% so far. And of course, a couple of other troops on the outside, but this one's not going to end up in 3 stars. And a really crushing blow for 6 stars chances.
Yeah, that was a crushing blow, and it's going to be a tough call. 73% damage. You can see on the right-hand side, lots of defenses left. Queen with a lot of health, but with no Hog Riders left, there is really no chance at a 3-star. That centered clan castle, even if all of the other structures went down inside the walls with no wall-avoiding troops. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, he's going to get as many percentage points as possible, but you can see Sonya with that hat flip backward, relaxing for this raid. She knows she's safe from that 3rd star. Queen's going to keep running around the base, but even so, the King's still alive, 3 more defenses left. This one's going to come down to the wire, but I don't think that he has enough.
No, I like Sonya's use of the double giant bombs. This is something I've talked about repeatedly. Getting them embedded deeply like that, even though the first 2 were triggered, one not on top of the other, the second 2 may have been the turning point that stopped this from being a 3-star win.
Yeah, this is the first time in a couple of years I've seen builder huts in the corner. I used to recommend that strategy back in 2012, literally one of the first multiplayer videos I ever made on my channel, and I haven't seen it in a while. I can see how it's effective if someone's running around the base, but didn't really play a part in this raid, as 2 stars will be the end of it for PED, as Sonya's able to defend against
round of attacks, just critical. And it looks like we're going to take a look at a replay. This was Jamie going against Han Kyung.
All right, let's see what Jamie can do on this side of Glory China. Looks like we've got some golems already being deployed, and similar to the attack that we saw live, actually going to have 20 Hog Riders for another Goho as strategy.
Yep, so the Goho heavy on the Hog Riders, and we've got the beginning of the attack coming in on the bottom right. Obviously, you've activated the clan castle, trying to get that queen out of the way. And notice how tightly packed these buildings were on this layout, so there's no risk of double giant bombs anywhere near the core.
All right, that's going to be pretty good, especially with those Hog Riders. We saw what happened on that last raid, and Hogs are starting to be deployed right now. There could be one right there, but nope. Going to be a Tesla that pops up. You would expect them to be back-to-back.
Yeah, I like this use of a leading giant and a pretty surgical deployment of Hogs. You see a pair on the right-hand side after the Tesla, a pair on the right after the Archer Tower. Like that use rather than just sitting in a mass Hogs like I usually do.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go ahead and see what happens inside of the core. The Hogs are doing damage. Skeleton traps, of course, playing a big part as they're slapping away at those Hogs, but still, heal spells are keeping those guys alive. And this one's looking pretty good throughout this first couple of, I guess, minutes.
Yep, there's a giant bomb that takes out several Hogs on the top left. And there goes a spring trap, a few more Hogs being eliminated, but you still have several remaining. And that's going to be it for the defenses. After that Tesla is down, it should be just a matter of cleanup.
All right, let's see what happens. He does have 2 goblins. Pretty common to have 2 goblins nowadays. People use these for either the remaining storages or the mines and pumps. We'll see if Jamie decides to drop those in a bit, but so far so good, and only defenses left for this raid.
Yep, I like the early activation.
No defenses, that is.
No defenses left. Early activation, you heard the Queen's ability triggered there. I would have liked to have seen it even earlier, because obviously it doesn't become a matter really of recovering health. It's those additional archers that are going to help clean up the base, as you can see around the outside.
All right, looks like plenty of troops are making their way up to the top left, as well as that lone Hog Rider on the right-hand side is doing an amazing job of cleaning up some of those defenses. So making their way through. 2 goblins as well, helping out with those gold mines and the gold storage. And this was a pretty great attack from Jamie, and a couple more Hogs are going to be running their way across the base.
Yep, you've got a mass of units trying to join the lone Hog Rider that says, I got this, don't worry, but the goblins, they're greedy. They're going to be in there, help them get that 3rd star.
Very nice job from Jamie. 3 stars as he takes out Han Kyung. They have to be perfect. MK needs to get 2 stars on Elephant, and the other 2 attacks need to be 3 stars.
Yep, and exactly what we talked about early, that the clans hoping not to have a Town Hall 9 drop down to clean up an 8. Ideally, you see both 8s 3-star the other 8s, but that's often easier said than done. So 6 stars still down by 5 stars with 7 attacks remaining.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Glory China still has the number 3 player of 6 stars to attack. They don't have any stars against it just yet because they've only probed the base, so that's 2 stars right there if they get 2 stars. And then, of course, only 2 Town Hall 9s left at 3-star. If they can 3-star those Town Hall 9s, then, man, they are going to be in a really great spot.
Right, they have that much of an advantage. And here we go, round 6, and we'll get this underway with 6 simultaneous attacks. Again, China just kind of stomping 6 stars right now.
Yeah, this is pretty tough to watch. We'll have to see if they can turn it around, but as we've seen so far, China's still tacking on stars each and every round. We'll have to see what happens with this as they get ready for battle. Taking a look at Nada, he's been performing pretty well so far. The snapback hats seem to be pretty lucky for these players, and they've been doing a great job.
Yep, he looks cool and collected there as he's getting his attacking clan castle filled with a lava hound and a balloon. And so there we go, Laloon once again. Nada taking it to MK.
All right, let's see what happens with this. Again, this base has 0 stars against it so far. This will be a significant boost to Glory China, and it looks like the Golem and the Queen are going to start out this attack.
And this is absolutely a 3-star strategy here. We're seeing Nada probably hoping for a 3-star win, and we've honestly been hoping to see one of these Town Hall 10s fall to a 3-star, and I think this is an ideal strategy. Should things work out, it really comes down to the second half.
Yeah, it looks like the Wizards have been deployed, as well as the King is finally making his way out. Of course, dropping these golems and the heroes in the beginning, if you guys haven't seen this strategy before, you're generally trying to take out a couple of air defense, maybe take out the Archer Queen, take out an Inferno Tower, an Air Sweeper, anything that can help you out later in the raid when you try to get the 3 stars with the balloons and yeah, Lava Hounds. That's
exactly. The Lava Hounds turning into pups. And obviously the clan castle has come out, and that's part of this first half, getting that CC out of the way, even though the Lava Hound wouldn't have any effect on the air portion of this raid. The pups are out, and the Queen is going to work on them. She hasn't activated her ability yet, and nearly 25% of this base is down.
Yeah, you do have to mention, though, that he did drop some balloons, I believe, unless those were in the clan castle that we saw. I remember I saw some balloons on the map. Maybe those weren't actually on Glory China's side, but they did take out an Inferno Tower. That's absolutely critical for trying to get 3 stars.
Yeah, that was huge right there. That Inferno Tower going down may make the difference in this raid. You can see the Queen is working on the Town Hall, and that is always great to see. That's the 1st star. The Queen still nearly at full health, her ability still in hand as the air phase is well underway.
Wow, that Inferno Tower is about to go down in just a second. These Chinese guys are absolutely crazy. Only 20 minutes to prepare for these bases. And Galadon, I think we have our first Town Hall 10 3-star of the Korean Clash Invitational.
Absolutely. You can hear the crowd is very knowledgeable, and they see that this Town Hall 10 3-star is imminent. Nada is celebrating, kicking back. He knows he's got it. Still has the Queen's ability, 80% damage, tons of balloons remaining, and just 1 defensive structure left, the Wizard Tower, about to get taken out.
If you look up inside of your textbook, this is exactly what type of attack you would see. Lava Pups cleaning up around the base. Queen still alive, still able to pop her ability. Balloons are still standing. Inferno Tower was taken out in the beginning. Nothing else you can say about this attack except for absolutely perfect as Glory China gets a 3. This is crazy.
28, I had 27, so they grabbed another star.
They grabbed another star.
That's right, so there was still an attack underway, and we're going to take a look here at number 3, MK, attacking up, going after the fully maxed out Town Hall 10.
All right, looks like they're going to be attacking 6 stars, needs to get some stars here. They only 1 star in this base with their first attack, so using their number 3 player, they're desperate to get some stars because, again, their number 1 player failed against this base.
Exactly, and with Glory China with 28 stars, that means all but the top 2 bases have been 3-starred. Nothing left for those other attackers to do. Really only 2 attacks left that have any possibility to improve the score. So MK here doing his best to try to 2-star this base. Again, going up against a fully maxed out level 40 hero defensive base, 275 bright orange walls.
Wow, looks like he's going to start going in from the bottom. That's where he's dropping his king and his queen. I like the placement so far. Things look pretty good. There is a lava hound on the left-hand side that's going to cause a little bit of trouble, but troops are making their way to the center. Keep in mind the heroes aren't completely maxed out.
Yep, level 30 heroes moving in. I love the 4 Earthquake. It is so fun to watch it just absolutely demolish walls. The king into that town hall enclosure, and the queen as well, working on getting the town hall down. But look at all those inferno streams every which direction.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty impressive attack so far. 45% for MK as he attacks the #1 player from Glory China. 45% still with a couple of archers left, and as well as the archer queen. Let's see if he's able to pick up those last couple of points.
Yep, looks like she's going to have some skeleton stabber in the back, but she still has her ability. She finishes them off, moves on, so she'll need to use the royal cloak here any second. 48%, the royal cloak should get her to 50%, even if it's that clan castle with all the hit points to go down. So there's the second star. Again, in an ideal situation, you would want to see more than 50% against this base, just in case it came down to a tie. I absolutely don't think we're seeing a tie in this one.
Yeah, they're desperate right now for stars. They need as many as they can get because 8 stars or 9 stars down with only 4 attacks left. Guys, this one is all but over. Glory China looks absolutely overpowering.
Yeah, they really have been impressive.
Stars as possible, but unfortunately, even if they 3-starred every single base with their 4, or if they 3-starred with their 4 remaining attacks, it wouldn't be enough to catch Glory China. They're just strictly ahead in the lead right now, and we'll see if they can tack onto it. If they could 3-star the second Town Hall 10 and put on even more of a show, this place would erupt.
That would be an absolute exhibition of attacking skill to see Leslie, #3, 3-star that #2 base. And it looks like as the round gets underway, trying to get a look at who's going to be attacking, but it is indeed going to be another Golaloon.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and head into round number 7 of this second semifinal. Glory China putting on quite the show right now. Let's see if they can improve on their score and have the first 29-star war map that we've seen today, even inside of the rehearsals with those troll bases.
That's true, and it's the first 28-star at this point based upon the 27-27 tie that we saw. If you guys missed it, an absolute epic confrontation in that first semifinal decided by 1/10 of 1%.
Yeah, the first war definitely had to be the most exciting war I've ever seen, but when it comes on to putting on a show, China right now, they are just demolishing 6 stars.
This is an exhibition of attacking skill. So many 3-star attacks, all but 2 bases 3-starred. And so right here, we're watching Darkware attack So-So, the #2 Town Hall 10 going down, trying to grab a 3-star on this Town Hall 9.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to check out this attack, even though it doesn't really matter for 6 stars right now. I sort of want to see how China does against those bases to see if they can 3-star that second Town Hall 10. But they're going in right now, again, trying to get as many stars as possible to wrap this war up. King and Golem are making their way into the center of the base.
So pretty much it looks like we're going to see China versus Korea in the final war tonight. So again,
China versus Korea
versus Korea in the semis, China versus another Korean clan in the finals, and they have got to be sweating at least a little bit getting ready for that final.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that when this war is over. I guess we need to focus on the task at hand. Let's go ahead and check it out as Darkware starts dropping some of those balloons. Looks like some of the lava hounds have already split up, and yeah, balloons are going to start making their way down the right-hand side, but 2 air defense still remain.
Yep, so the last of the balloons being deployed as the players, you can see both of them looking pretty calm. It was nice to get a chance to talk to some of these players earlier backstage. Everybody's super nice, despite all the trash talking. Everybody was just really nice to everybody else. Nothing but respect, and that was a great thing to see out of all of these players.
Yeah, and as you guys would expect, this one looks like it will end up in a 3-star for Darkware as they attack the #2 Town Hall 9. Pretty much brute forced it, still had 2 air defense left after all the lava hounds had gone down, but still having those high-level heroes, having those maxed out golems, plenty of troops inside of your army camps. This one was all but over the second that they hit the attack button.
Yeah, plenty of time left for this to be a 3-star. So-So knew it was going to happen, not really worried. And we've seen some proficient attacks out of both of these players. And it's going to be tough again for Korea, but they are, like you said, doing it for respect, just trying to grab those extra stars.
Yeah,
so there's 2 new stars.
Nice job by them to get 2 new stars on the map. It's actually 28-22 right now, so you can see score's going to be a little bit. Again, what an attack. What a bunch of attacks so far from Glory China.
Yep, you can see absolute devastation on 6 stars side. All of those 3-star attacks just ruined bases. 93.1% of the destruction of the opposing clan.
This is insane. 28 stars for Glory China. Very nice job for them. The bottom bases have been destroyed, which is honestly what we expected. We didn't expect it to happen so fast, as they had 27 stars with only 16 attacks, which is really amazing. But looking at 6-star side, a little bit disappointing not being able to take care of some of these Town Hall 9s.
Yeah, exactly. We were hoping to see a lot of 3-star Town Hall 9 attacks, as that often makes the difference, especially for Town Hall 9 clans. You've got to get those 3-star attacks, and there's 1, 2, 3 Town Hall 9s that are just 2-starred.
Yeah, you have to 3-star those Town Hall 9s if you want to win the war. Generally, for our clan, we try to 2-star the Town Hall 10s, and we try to 3-star the Town Hall 9s. That usually, more likely than not, will win us the war, and we're not even like one of the best war clans. You know, these guys are supposed to be the best for their countries, and yeah, you have to take out those Town Hall 9s if you want to have success in these competitions.
Yep, Town Hall 9 really is, I think, the sweet spot for Clan War right now. There's so much strategy involved, so much potential for 3 stars. Town Hall 10, really tough to get 3 stars, especially now with 275 walls.
Right, it's tough with completely maxed out bases. In fact, I've never seen a fully maxed Town Hall 10 be 3-starred in person with a pretty good looking army. Now, for those Town Hall 10s, well, I guess actually certain other strategies work out, but they're way more risky. And let's see what happens as we get into the final round. Elephant has already begun their attack on Darkware.
Yep, and we should see the attack come up on the screen momentarily, any moment now, as the attack is well underway. Elephant moving in with the ground phase. There we go. Clan Castle activated, moving in, trying to take out the Archer Queen, the CC, and whatever else. Inferno Tower ideal.
All right, looks like there is a balloon and Lava Hound in that Clan Castle. That's going to go down momentarily as the Queen slaps away, especially inside of that Rage Spell. The King's already made his way to the center, but he's going to go down momentarily as he has no one really backing him up.
Yep, he's used his ability. He is gone. The Queen's going to need her Royal Cloak any second. There it goes, just in the nick of time.
Last second.
Taking out those last Lava Pups. And that's a tough start, again, against a pretty well upgraded Town Hall 10.
Yeah, not getting that Expo right there is pretty bad. Not getting the Air Sweeper, even one of these first 2 Inferno Towers. I would be shocked if we saw a 3-star, so let's see what happens as he starts deploying some of his air troops.
Yep, there goes the first haste spell. And again, as we usually see in a well-conducted Lava Loon, kind of going in that clockwise or counterclockwise order, dropping the hounds in and then waiting for them to distract the defenses and sending in the balloons pretty precisely to try to take out those structures one by one around the outside.
Yeah, this one is a bloodbath right now. Definitely not going to be looking at 3 stars. Unfortunately, at the very beginning, he wasn't able to get the perfect drop of the King, Queen, and Golems. Let's see what happens as we continue this raid. 1 Lava Hound left and a couple of balloons. This one's going to go down as a 0-star attack.
Yep, not anywhere near, and that's why we usually suggest when we talk about these higher level Town Hall 10s, definitely shooting for 2 stars with that first attack and then a cleanup going for 3, because oftentimes when a 3-star attempt goes bad, this is exactly what you see.
Yep, no risk though for Elephant. Definitely knew that since the base had already been 2-starred and he didn't have to worry about the tiebreaker. Could go for this type of attack, but unfortunately one thing going wrong in this attack could mean all of the difference, and yeah, not able to get any of those really crucial structures that he needed, and this one ended up being a 39% 0-star.
Yep, and that's, you know, what we really see, these higher level Town Hall 10s really hard to 3-star, even with a 3-star strategy like that. And obviously that was an anti-3-star base with everything like the Infernos, the Clan Castle embedded super deeply and kind of exposing that Town Hall.
Yeah, Elephant doesn't really care about what happened there. He's just chilling back, knowing what happened with this war, knowing the outcome is about to be played on the screen. The win for Glory China has been announced. Even with the other raids still going on, this one is over. Wrap it up. Glory China versus Union in the Korean Clash Invitational Final.
Yep, a final score of 28-24 with over 93% destruction on the opposing clan. Glory China off to face the other Korean clan in the finals, which will be coming up shortly.
Yeah, that was a really impressive display of attacking from Glory China. Obviously, if you're Union, you only got 27% and about, or 27 stars and about 89%. Again, the bases aren't exactly the same, but you're going to need to step it up. You can see that Glory China is capable of 3-starring that bottom Town Hall 10 base, and that's really the key to these wars. It's the most important base that you can attack.
We imagined that that would end up being the pivotal base, predicting 27 to 28 stars, and we've been right so far. As we we always are. And so
you sound like Peter right now, man.
I'm almost always wrong when I predict an outcome. But it's worked out pretty well here. So all of the Town Hall 9s and 8s 3-starred by the winners in both of these first two wars.
Well, that was a pretty impressive display of attacking from Glory China. Again, the finals will be coming up shortly after this, but we're going to have to see what they have to say because that was crazy. They definitely lived up to the trash talk, saying that the Korean clans were useless and that they didn't know how to attack. Even though the Korea clan was talking smack as well, it didn't turn out as well.
No, and I think that definitely the Chinese clan was talking the most harsh trash of all.
All right, well, we do want to show you guys the most heroic attack of this second semifinal. Again, it will be between #1 players as we have Elephant taking on Boss in one of the first attacks you saw during this war.
Yep, that's right. So Elephant choosing in the very early attack to go after Boss. And so that maxed out Town Hall 10 with 275 of those maxed out walls. And this was a pretty standard attempt just to go for 2 stars. Pretty typical golems and wizards.
Yeah, lots of wizards. 20 wizards in total for this attack. Maybe even an additional wizard inside of the clan castle with the golem that I would presume that is inside. Very nice spread of the base, and again, with these anti-3-star strategies, you are extremely susceptible of being 2-starred and even having a massive amount of your base taken.
Yep, and I didn't notice that the first time, this erroneously placed rage spell way out here in the corner and raging that giant patch of real estate away from the actual attack.
And keep in mind, this was pretty much the first attack of the war, so the nerfs might have gotten to Elephant right there. So it looks like he still made his way in, and not needing that rage spell is pretty nice, especially because that Town Hall is so close to the outside of the base. He actually doesn't even have to interact with the King and the Queen very much during the entirety of this raid.
Yeah, if you actually look at it, both of the heroes' abilities still intact, 2 spells not used, and just about to grab 2 stars, 48%, 49%, and I don't remember seeing this. There it is, 2 stars with lots of stuff left on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, that's one of the disadvantages of using this base because you're so spread out. The Queen just started shooting at that King when the Town Hall was at like 1%. Honestly, this wasn't the best raid, but just by the fact that you're sacrificing this base to make sure you don't get 3 stars, that sort of opened up the map for Glory China. They definitely took advantage of it.
Exactly. I mean, it's a tough call. What do? You think a maxed Town Hall 10 is not going to get 3-starred, but then you get overconfident, you throw together a non-3-star base trying to maybe stop a 2-star, and it ends up getting 3-starred. This was probably the outcome that they expected. And Glory China with a solid attack. And we'll have a few words with Elephant in just a few minutes, and I think we'll have a translator out there for us as well.
Yep, looks like only 1 minion and archer left, and with the replay ending in about 10 seconds, those don't seem to factor too much into this raid, as well as a wizard looks like it was available, but gonna go down right there, 66% for